Hey guys, this is Trenchy back again to bring you another video, and this time, I just wanted to do it over because I felt in the mood of reviewing, and I just watched a pretty good movie I enjoyed, and felt like talking about it. So yeah, and there'll probably be more reviews on the channel. I feel I'm just feeling in that reviewing mood again. So there'll be more reviews coming up. I know I don't do a lot of reviews on the channel. They just come and go. But there will be more reviews coming up for sure. I'm just feeling that mood. So, but this time we are reviewing a Clint Eastwood movie from 1971. I'm fucking going insane. I thought I just heard someone whisper in my ear. Or like whistle, not whisper. Whistle. I don't fucking know. Yeah, my bad. Um, 1971, Play Misty for me. That's the name of the movie. Um, and I really enjoyed this movie. This movie's like a thriller. Um, and it's really well done, really well acted. Um, it's a good movie. It's a good movie. Now, Play Misty for me is about Clint Eastwood playing this guy called David. He's a guy that works at a radio place. He's like a DJ at a radio. He goes on at night and he does, he picks out the music, plays music for people, takes phone calls, does poetry, does the little readings in between. He's like your radio host. Um, but, there's this one girl in particular that keeps calling and is like, play Misty for me, which is a song. And now I don't know if Misty the song was made for the movie or if it already existed and they picked it for the movie. But it's a nice song. The music in this is good. I did enjoy a lot of the music, not only being played in the movie but like the score as well. I thought it was good. But yeah, she keeps asking to play it, and he goes to a bar, and I love his little connection with the bartender. Him and this bartender are friends, and they work together and stuff, and they're like cool. I like his little bond with the bartender, and there's this girl there, and she's been rejecting everybody all night, but he plays this game with the bartender, and she comes over to see what it is, and they end up going home together, and it turns out she is the one asking to play Misty. And she's like, I don't want anything. He's like, I don't want like any strings attached, and she's like, I don't want anything strings attached either, but we can still have fun, and they have sex and stuff. Then he leaves, and the next couple days, she finds out where he lives and starts bringing groceries to his house, and it gets crazy. It's like it starts out like small, and this is a slow burn, but a very good slow burn. It starts out small little creepy things, and then it just escalates into this really big thing with her. Because she's kind of stalking him. And things do get worse when his ex-girlfriend, Toby, comes back to town and he finds her and he tries to start up a thing with her again. And of course that upsets Evelyn. And yeah. But I will say this movie is a really good thriller. I enjoyed it, especially because of Jessica Walters. I think that's her name. She died recently, which rest in peace. But Jessica Walters as Evelyn, damn, I haven't seen her in anything else that I could think of. I might have, but I probably have. I know that name, but I can't think of anything else I've seen her in. But damn, is her performance and character as Evelyn is so good, so good. Because this could have easily been played over the top, and a lot of maybe other people see this performance as over the top. I don't. Yes, it gets crazy because she is playing a very crazy kind of character, a very obsessive, manipulative, obsessive character that does a lot of things that, you know, one second she's kind, and then another second she's kind, but with like kind of alarming, vicious undertones, just very, she's saying something nice, but there's like a little tint of, malice to it, and then, you know, one second she'll have like this happy tone, and it will switch to like an angry, she'll have these angry outbursts, and she'll start yelling and cursing people out, but then she'll turn back to, oh, I'm sweet again, and I'm nice, and it's very kind of bipolar and kind of crazy like that. Like, I'm not saying bipolar crazy, but I'm just saying like it like, you know, bipolar switch on a dime. It's kind of like that a little bit, but also like there's a lot of obsessiveness and a lot of manipulation and there's also a lot of sadness to this character because you don't know how she got this way or why she is like this, and she does need help. So I do feel bad for the Evelyn character, because to her, this David is her whole life, and she has fallen in love with him, and maybe he has given her reasons to. He did, like, he didn't deny her advances. He had sex with her a couple times, and he told her no strings attached. He made his intentions clear, but at the same time, this chick showed up to his house unannounced, and he's like, why don't you just call? I'm not totally upset, but please call next time before you just find out where I live and come here with groceries. Which I get it, he's trying to be nice, but she took that as, oh, I have a shot. And, which I also feel bad for the Clint Eastwood David character. He doesn't deserve any of this at all. Yeah, he's kind of a womanizer thing, but he is trying to clean up his act, and it's a dude just trying to live his life, and this woman just decides that he's her love of her life, which she doesn't even fucking know who he is. And she decides, oh, I'm in love with you. You should love me back. Because if I can't love you, then I'm gonna destroy everything in your life. And you, and everybody that you love. I'm gonna just... Yeah, it's just one of those. But like I said, Jessica Walters, that role could have been goofy, but she played it so grounded. Even in the craziest moments, it feels real. It feels fucking real. And it kind of reminds me of Pamela Voorhees in the original Friday the 13th. Spoiler alert, Pamela Voorhees is the killer in Friday the 13th, not Jason. Sorry for all that have not seen the original Friday the 13th. But, yeah, the way, that lady plays Pamela, I forget the actress's name, but, yeah, it's a little over the top, but it's also, again, I do feel a little grounded in reality. And I don't know, just these performances felt kind of similar in a way at times, not completely. I will say this, I think, no offense to Miss Pamela, I do kind of prefer the Jessica Walters performance as Evelyn. I do, just something about the way she played this character was so well done and felt so real. And there were points, like I said, where I was feeling bad for her. And, yeah, she is definitely the highlight of this fucking movie. She is definitely, if you want to see a really good kind of psycho performance, I do feel there are some better, but, if you want to see a really good performance of a just psycho, obsessive stalker character, check out Jessica Walters and play Misty for me, man. It's good. It's fucking good performance. Great job. Clint Eastwood, on the other hand, is David. I gotta talk about this. Does a good job. I like David. He's believable. I don't like that, his life is getting destroyed. I do care for him, even though I don't agree with all of his choices. I do enjoy the character. Just the problem is, there are times, because, like, Clint Eastwood, usually when I see Clint Eastwood in a movie, I usually think of, like, The Man with No Name trilogy, or, like, even his role in Gran Torino's a little badass, or Dirty Harry, like, something like that, like, it's kind of this badass persona, not like this normal guy, but in this one he's playing a normal guy, and I know that this movie predates some of those movies, but, there was a point, a specific point in the movie, and there's a couple other points, where, he's like, he's talking to his ex-wife, right, and he's trying to get back with her, and he made a joke, he's like, it's not my fault you had all these women coming and going as your roommates, and stuff like that, and, he's like, he's like trying to get back in her life, and he's trying to apologize to her, and, he's, like I said, being sarcastic with her, and he's trying to clean up his act and get with her again. It's not his ex-wife, it's his ex-girlfriend, but he's trying to get with her again, and there are points in that conversation where he starts sounding like fucking, I don't know, Man with No Name, he just starts sounding like badass Clint Eastwood, like kind of like Gran Torino or something like that, and I'm like, wait a minute, kind of has that gruff kind of to his voice again, and I'm like, wait, this is not how this should be played right now. What are you doing? It kind of took me out of the scene, because then I feel like I'm watching a whole different character. I don't see David at that moment. I see one of Clint Eastwood's more badass characters, and he's not even saying anything badass. He's just trying to, but just the way he's saying those certain lines, it's just, guys, whose idea was this? Who was okay? Like, Clint, no. No. It just felt like, I don't know. It was just weird. It was weird, and it took me out of the moment. But I still enjoyed this movie. I don't know if I've ever said this, but this movie's kind of a slow burn, and I can see people maybe getting bored with it. But I really enjoyed it. It really built up the characters. It really built up the suspense. And it really built up the story with Evelyn. It starts small, Her finding out where the bar is, her going to the bar, them, having a thing, her showing up to the house, and then it escalates to, like, her being like, oh, you're not at the bar? She calling the bar and asking for him, and he's avoiding her, and she's outside in his car, waiting for him, and stealing his keys, and yelling at people, and her fucking, like, getting naked in front of his house, so he's forced to bring her in, even though I know he didn't want, like, I think he's compassionate, and he didn't want her out there naked, and also he didn't want that embarrassment, but I don't know, if someone was, like, stalking me, and then they decide to get naked outside my house, I'm not gonna let them in. If people, like, if she gets cold, or if people get mad, I mean, that's on her. She chose to get naked. I didn't make anybody get naked. Like, that's their thing. But, like, I could see this happening, because nobody wants to be mean, and you could sympathize, and I could see myself getting like in a situation where it's like, oh, this person's just trying to be nice and they're trying to be helpful. Maybe they're a little quirky, but you know, you gotta draw lines at some point. You gotta draw lines or you'll end up like this fucking movie. Lines must be drawn at a certain degree. And I feel like there should have been some line drawing because this movie is like, you know, shit gets fucking crazy to where there are spare keys being made to the house without knowledge, and like just a, like certain things are happening, and I don't know. I do think David does handle some of the situation well though, and he does things that I was like, okay, I agree with. Like he does tell his ex-girlfriend like not too long in what's happening, he informs her of the situation, which I felt was good. I think other movies, they would have tried to keep it a secret too long. You know, he tries to keep it a secret, and he tries to keep certain other things a secret, but, like, he's pretty, like, straightforward with what's happening at times. And, yeah. And I just like this. I think it's a good little stalker story. I like the setting. It takes place on this beachfront. You know, they're like away from town, and then they go into this like little town and shit. But it's like he lives on this beachfront and what I think is a condominium, and then there's like woods, and it's really nice looking. There's a lot of nice like things of the sun setting on the beach or them in the forest, and there's a lot of nice settings, and the ocean makes a nice backdrop to certain, you know, the ocean and the birds make nice backdrop noise to what is happening in the movie at times. And yeah, I really enjoyed this movie, like I said, and there's a great scene where he just froze where David has had enough of Evelyn's crap and he just throws her into a back of a cab and is like, take her away. And, it's like, and the cab's like, where do you want to go? He's like, just go, man, just go. He just drives off. It's like, could you do that in the 70s? I know it's a movie, but I could see that happening in the 70s. Someone being like, I don't want to deal with them anymore. Here's a 50. Take them away. She's not even trying to get out of the cab. She's just screaming and shit out the window. It's like, that was a fun scene in a very good movie. And I like the side characters. I like the detective guy. I like his joke back and forth about not liking the radio show. I like Al. He's kind of guy that works at the radio with him. Just the way Al talks is fucking awesome. Al is great. I like Birdie, the maid. I like who I think is the actor that plays Grandpa Joe. He shows up in one scene and is annoyed because he can't fall asleep. And I'm like, oh, look, Grandpa Joe's in this movie. I forget who plays Grandpa Joe from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. But I'm like, that's Grandpa Joe, right? I think it is. I don't think he's listed in the credit. He might be, but I didn't see him. But, yeah, I do like the characters. It's a simple story done right. And just very carried by the acting. And there are like proto-slasher scenes to the end where it gets a little slashery, and I'm like, damn, you know, and some of the things are a little goofy with the music, but it's still very, it still is, like, even when it gets goofy, I'm still, like, engaged in shit. Like, I like Goofy, but I think, like, even if you don't like Goofy, it's still, I don't think you'll get taken out of the movie by scenes like that, you know. It's 70s stuff. It's very 70s in that way, with the kills and stuff like that. And I love the ending. I love the ending's so fucking crazy and out of nowhere and just so, like unexpected, and shit just goes bam, and it's like, whoop! It's like, damn, that just happened, and then, you know, the movie just kind of ends a little bit, like, It ends fittingly, it ends well, but it's like, bam! It's like, damn! That was fucking crazy! I fucking love it! I just love that final, you know, ending point. I don't want to give it away, but it's so great. It's so just bam. And, just unexpected and quick. And, I do think there are some scenes that actually do, like, there's like, some scenes there I was like, oh, I get why they're here, but they are kind of dragging for me, but they were there for reasons. They had a point to be in the story, but yeah. But all in all, I did like this movie. I think it's a good movie. Um, if you like kind of suspenseful thrillers about stalkers and you want to see a really good performance of a stalker, or if you want to see Clint Eastwood kind of have range and play like a normal dude, which he pretty much does, but there are scenes where I feel like he's slipping back into that badass persona. And I don't even... When was the man... Well, those were late 60s, so I think they might have been before this. I think. Or around the same time, maybe. But, yeah, like... I just highly recommend this movie, man, and I kind of want to see more from Jessica Walters. I think she was amazing in this movie. I think she did a great job. But yeah, that is review. Not much. I don't have much to say, on it. It's a good movie, solid. I give it a. What should I give it? I'll give it an 8. I know I give a lot of movies an 8. I'll give it an 8. I thought it was a solid movie. I'd probably watch it again at some point. Mainly just for the Evelyn character and Jessica Walters' performance. I really enjoyed. That's my favorite parts of the movie. Is I thought she played a really good psychopath, obsessive stalker. I think she did a really good job with that. I think she nailed that shit on the head, And I don't know if she did get recognition, but I don't know. I know the Oscars are bullshit, but Oscar-worthy performance, in my opinion. In my opinion, I would give her something. Oh well. But yeah, I'm gonna end it here. Yeah, like I said, an 8. And yeah, I'm gonna end it here. You guys have a good day. Stay frosty. This is Trenchy signing off. Beep bop boop.